Oh, don't go anywhere. Coming up next is Indy News number 117. We're going to talk about Superbia over at Boom and all the superheroes who are mowing their lawn and painting their doors and going to the PTA meetings in the suburbs there. Also, we're going to talk about the return of Devil's Due Publishing and why that is such a cataclysmic event in the comic book universe. And we're going to wrap it up with a look at John Arcudi's The Creep. All that and more coming right up.
And now I've got more indie news for you.
It's time to get back to the things that matter. Oh, that's right. We never left, and we never will. Independent Comic Book News, episode 117, Pistols of Peoria.
Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
Indie News.
Indie News. And Indie News is coming from this place, Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Tar Pit, here in the wonderful neighborhood of Mount Greenwood, Illinois.
We're thinking about turning to La Brea.
Alternate Reality, where all our tars, 15% off every day for everyone. And this edition of Indie News, we're going to start off with Boom! And Boom Comics is going to take one of their miniseries and kick it up to monthly status. Which one is that?
Grace Randolph's Superbia is now an ongoing series beginning this summer. The series tells of the world's biggest superheroes who team up.
You mean like 20 stories tall?
Well, no, I mean like the major superheroes of this little world she's invented.
Oh, major.
They team up while living in the same suburb.
Oh, how delightful.
It's a suburb. It's compiled of nothing but superheroes.
Great, a suburb full of superheroes.
Mow your lawn, great
So
man.
if you don't mow your lawn, I will kill you with my laser vision.
Yes! Laser Man, why don't you mow your lawn? The weeds are running down our property values.
Here comes the tax assessor. Pull them apart!
Well, Multi-Arms, why don't you paint your garage door?
You have multi-arms. It will take you 5 minutes.
Not purple.
What's your problem?
Purple's awful.
Yes, and you can steal those ideas and integrate them into
Grace
Superbia
Randolph
if
would
you
never
want.
steal
Grace.
anything.
Oh, feel free.
Go right ahead.
She won't do it.
Go right ahead.
She's all over the internet. Grace Randolph. She's everywhere.
Next up, Devil's Due. What? Devil's Due?
That's a comic book company.
Devil's Due Publishing is planning a revival, and the company's founder, Josh Blaylock, is doing what?
He says that people who were paid for work done for the publisher before everything all went to hell, they're going to get paid.
And then they're all welcome to come back and work for him again.
Well, I'm assuming most of them will take whatever check they can get.
Go right back
Now,
into that.
the old Devils do.
Yeah, they'll take the check and say, oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. The old Devils do use a lot of licensed properties. The new Devils do will not do that. And I think they're still based in
It costs
Illinois.
money.
Well, yeah. That's a fact. That and the fact that all the priceless properties they used, everybody else has already picked them up.
Actually, they used a lot of licensed proproperties right
G.I.
up to about
Joe.
right up to about the last 2 years of their existence. They had lost almost everything, I think, by that point. And
Except for Mercy Sparks.
And the last, that wasn't licensed.
No, it wasn't.
That was a creative thing. They were doing
They had
essentially.
Game of Thrones and
They were doing essentially
They had
all
everything.
original type stuff.
They
Odd
had-
Squad and some other stuff.
Yeah.
The only licensed thing they did isn't really licensed. But
G.I.
they're doing all that Obama stuff, Barack the Barbarian, and
Right,
that
stuff like that.
which isn't licensed. But I mean, it's you look at it and go, oh, I know what that is. You know, even though it's Barack Obama's a barbarian.
So yeah, they're back. Honestly, really, I mean, it's nice to blow off to do the right thing and pay the people for work.
Yes, it is.
They never got paid for. But another comic book company, really?
Well,
Really?
Years ago, folks who've been watching the video outhouse for a long time know I never had a lot of use for Devil's Due, and the reason I didn't was there were a local Chicago publisher who wouldn't bother to get off their ass and talk to any other stores in the city outside of a certain Crunchy Nuts, which has its main store downtown
Ever.
in the Loop and a bunch of stores out in the western suburbs. Crunchy Nuts, they were all over the place, and of course that was like 6-7 stores as opposed to the other 70 or 80 stores that are in the Cook County, northern Indiana area. So, you know, if you're going to reach out to somebody, you know, why don't you throw the rest of us a bone? And if you're not going to, sorry you went out of business. Tough luck. Have a nice life.
That is so mean.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. John Arcudi's The Creep. Oh, what a creep. The Creep is going to be coming back. Speaking of creeps, The Creep is going to be coming back.
Well, the current adventures of the Creep are in Dark Horse Presents, but after that little vignette thing, those little short stories are over with, he's going to get his own limited series starting in August, which will be used as a companion to the stories that are being read right now. Written and drawing, because Arcudi actually draws the books.
Oh, okay.
Also, soon appearing in Dark Horse Presents will be the return of Mike Barron and Steve Rude's Nexus.
Again?
Nexus is back.
Oh, God.
This is like the fifth. Well, Nexus actually had a pretty good run over at Dark Horse for a while. Then they went off, and the last time we saw them, Steve Rude's publishing company, Rude Dude Productions, was doing it. Didn't exactly work out because, you know, Diamond's like you're only doing one book. Does anybody really give
You're only doing one book, and your sales are in the crapper.
Yeah, and you weren't selling it many. I mean, I think you did like 1 or 2 issues before it all went.
But I'm Mike Barrett, and he's Steve Rude. Yeah, okay, well your book ain't selling.
Steve Rude, a guy who can't get work at DC. He can do justice.
He should get work at DC. Steve Rude's a good artist.
But he's something that someone at DC has no interest in. He can draw and actually make his deadlines, which is a shame.
Steve Rude has a style which works very well for a golden agey, silver agey type of look, which DC has absolutely no interest in doing right now because they're in love with the new 52. So
it's new.
So that's it. We're done. We're finished right here. We got no more indie news. But go to the store's website. Check out all the indie news that Bo sends me. That post up. Bo!
Yes?
Tell him.
Sarah! Tell him!
Yeah.
He can remember a comic book from 20 years ago, but he can't remember the name of his own web address. www.myalternatereality.com.
Cool.
So stop off at the store's website. Check out all his news. Until next time, this is Comic Book Man.
And this is Bo.
Saying.
Help up!
Here at Alternate Reality, we have always believed that kids are the future of this industry, and that's why I have the largest kids selection of any other store anywhere. Come on down to Alternate Reality, and you'll find comics and trade paperbacks on Pixar characters like Toy Story and Cars, Muppets, Disney, Simpsons, DC and Marvel characters, of course, like Tiny Titans, Scooby-Doo, Spider-Man, and Marvel superheroes. I also have a large selection of girls' comics and girls-related trade paperbacks, as well as illustrated classics and a whole lot more. Readers are leaders, so come on down to Alternate Reality with your little one and pick up some comics that both of you can enjoy.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.